an AI-powered company for D2C brands in the future. So WhatsApp, while WhatsApp commerce is where the product is focused on right now and is what the company is monetizing. But like you can almost think of him, like an AI company for D2C brands, in the future. And I think the best example, that can I can give, as a comparative would be like a user in China, which is almost like a $50 billion company, right? So so that's the scale that this business can reach to. So but before we get into it, maybe Mohit, we would love to hear a little bit about you, your background, about your team's background, and also tell us about this eureka moment of why WhatsApp commerce. Like what was the trigger which kind of led you to think about WhatsApp commerce for India?
Thanks a lot, Karan, for the introduction. At Business on Board, what we do, as Karan mentioned, we help D2C brand in customer acquisition, driving sales and re-engagement via WhatsApp commerce. To give a background about myself and other two founders, so we are three folks, three co-founders. All of us graduated from IIT Chennai in 2017, and I happen to be part of Kotak. Uh, and why we started off on this journey of WhatsApp commerce was related to my work at Kotak. So how it happened when WhatsApp API was released in 2018, right? And that was the time when make my trip flight tickets, book my show movie tickets used to started coming on WhatsApp. That was the first time when there was a business API of WhatsApp was being automatically by any business in India.
I think
And
only 10 or 15 businesses were given access to it, right?
yes, so it was close to 10 to 15 business, and I was lucky to be part of one of those, say, 15 product managers to get early access and get their hands on the APIs. And this had selected very segment, like in banking, we'll give to Kotak. In travel, we will give to Go. In entertainment, we'll give to Book My Show. So identified segments by WhatsApp, and they gave it to selected companies. And after that they selected basically they started taking feedback. Hey, what was the feedback? Because after they gave it early access to these 15 product managers, they will ask for feedback. So they started asking for feedback, and we had a conversation with WhatsApp app head and product heads. And we used to do conferences in Mumbai from time to time, and that was the time when we started interacting and understanding that how uh, basically the many of the WhatsApp beta feature are basically part of WeChat already. And that gave me a thing that okay, this evolved ecosystem of WeChat, what looks like in China. Obviously there will be differences, might be in India as well. For example, in India there is Telugu, Malayalam, different languages that we have to make sure in the mind if we have to enable commerce. And in Kotak, I was able to acquire 1 million users in 6 months. So that
What
gave me
were some of the use cases there on Kotak?
so there was balance, checkbook request, statement request, and mobile recharges. So basically these folks who were suddenly getting activated on WhatsApp, they were not active on bank's website, bank's mobile app, or even net banking, and suddenly they became active. So that was the power of WhatsApp, that it can make a non-active users active because it has such closeness to the users than the business itself. So
Wow.
that is the first finding.
And you mentioned that you acquired 1 million users. So these were all, users, existing users of Kotak who became active on the WhatsApp bot, is it?
Yes, they were existing users, and they were non-active. So they have the way they define non-active, that more than 6 months they were not seen in any digital footprint, or they didn't even go for a offline branch also. They are almost like dormant users.
Got it. Got it. I think somebody has raised their hand. So what we can do is, guys, you can keep adding your questions on the chat. We'll do a conversation with Mohit for 30-35 minutes, and then we can open it up to the group. And if there's anything in the meanwhile which is posted on chat, I'll also try to take it up during the conversation itself. Right.
Sure.
So Mohit, I think one interesting thing that you mentioned to me was that, like Uday Kotak was directly involved, in this WhatsApp commerce, for
Yes.
Kotak. So like, what were some of your interactions and what did the management think there, about the whole, WhatsApp commerce piece?
Definitely. I mean, so the way we scaled the new user acquisition on WhatsApp, like 10 lakh users in 6 months, and we caught the eye of RBI. So I was working on my office, and the folk from RBI called me that what are you guys doing on WhatsApp? So that was the time then I was able to understand that this is something that picking up a pace at a very viral rate, and we did a meeting along with Uday as well, and Uday mentioned that we need to understand that there is a regulatory restriction, and obviously Uday Kotak is a very technical guy, amazing data driven insight and very technical guy, and he mentioned to go slow on WhatsApp since RBI would is already taking note of whatever progress we are doing, and that was the time that whatever I want to do on commerce can't be done in banking. So we had to step back and start a venture.
And what was this venture? Like, what did you guys then think of building?
So basically, the idea was of making a super bot, not the one which we are doing right now. It was basically a one single phone number in which you can do recharge, bill payment, medicine delivery, cab booking, all of them. One was commerce part and one was content part, like news. And during that time, code was also there. Like how many code cases are there in my state? They used to ask this question a lot. So these kind of commerce plus content use cases we tried on one single number. So that was the first attempt that we did, but we were doing 1 crore of monthly online GMV as well.
Interesting. So what? How do you define this GMV
So basically, the transaction volume through WhatsApp
for the partners?
for the partners, correct?
So basically, if it's a cab, then the cab booking amount for 150 rupees or okay,
Exactly. And recharge. So we had these ABL in the backend. We partnered with 1MG, 1Tromedy, a lot of partners, Ola. So to
got it,
make sure that these services are there in a kind of like a Paytm on one WhatsApp number.
got it. So it was almost like one WhatsApp number for Bharat, where anybody can ask any question, book
Yes,
medicine, book. Uh,
correct.
Interesting. So, and I think at that time only, this is around 2019, 2020, when you got selected in Y, or 2021 maybe, like you got selected in Y
21.
Combinator as well,
Correct,
right?
correct.
So what was that journey and how did that pivot happen from, building that WhatsApp number for Bharat to then focusing on D2C brands?
Yeah, I mean, story was good, right? For us, building something for Bharat, and we were getting data points also. But see, the segment that we were working on would work for someone who do not know how to use mobile app or website, and people somehow felt during that point of time, no, we're not very comfortable doing payment on WhatsApp, non-tech savvy users especially. But and also there was a conflict of interest that somebody searches for sanitizer, is it Metro Medi or 1MG who you are going to prioritize? So and also conversation was little longer also. So if you have to order medicine, attach prescription, so there will be a longer conversation in terms of recharge. You have to tell a lot of things. And at that point of time, UI of WhatsApp was also not evolved. So were multiple factors that led us to thinking ki this product might not work in the long term, and we got into Y Combinator, and that was the time when we also got good mentorship from Michael Siebel and Gustav in 2021, around February 21 it started, and we stopped everything and did user research for 2 months, and then picked up the space of amazing D2C space that we are in right now.
Got it. So basically, you were saying that the challenge that you faced there was that it was easier to, let's say, book a cab on the Ola website or
Ola app.
versus
Yeah,
Ola app versus doing it on WhatsApp because the number of steps
very,
required
very
was
high. Yeah. So WhatsApp has optimized its UI now for commerce, but not for cab booking.
Hmm. Understood. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. So I think, and like being at Meta, I mean, so I think one insight that I can share is that like whenever we build any of our products, whether it's Instagram or WhatsApp Business now has 200 million MAU globally, right? So
Correct. Correct.
we build it, for the end user, and we build it for the horizontal businesses as a whole. So we never build it for one particular use case, and
Mm.
so we would want more enablers and platforms to help us build those kind of more vertical solutions. So our solutions are built more overall, and so WhatsApp also
Mm.
focuses majorly on the overall commerce aspect versus focusing on a particular vertical like
Correct.
cab booking.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, totally makes sense.
Got it. Great. So, so now, I think, so this was like a 2-year journey, where you went from Quota to building a WhatsApp bot for Bharat and getting into Y Combinator, then stopping everything. So, so why did, why D2C brands, right? Like,
Mm.
why did you choose this problem? What are some of the problems that D2C brands are facing,
Mm.
in India today? And like, why is this a much better solution for D2C brands than what is existing in the market? And also, Mohit, I'll add, so for example, I've been a D2C founder myself. I ran
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
which did almost 100 crore GMV, and we would just like so we would have 20 to 30% conversions on WhatsApp, but we would just have one person or two people who will be chatting with customers and converting
Mm.
customers on WhatsApp, right? So why we realize that there is power in WhatsApp, but what is it that you guys are actually building that can help D2C brands even optimize, and scale this?
Yeah, definitely. So for 2 months, we talked to more than like every day we used to talk to at least 30 folks from Y Combinator batch itself, and whoever companies we were able to talk to. And what we found was that D2C market had started popping up a lot. We felt that market can become very big, and we saw that the per capita income of end user has been increasing. People are ready to pay more if they're getting value for it. For example, if there is a 200 rupees of Nescafe, they're able to pay, say, 700 rupees if they get vanilla flavored coffee from Rage Coffee. So they're able to do that now. Because of that, because every brand will pick up a niche in a wide space and they are growing. So we thought ki, okay, this is the growing market, because we thought of taking a big market. First of all, that was our first choice. And second, it was growing rapidly, right? It has grown almost 3 times in last 1 year, and it will be continue to grow to 2026 as well, and even more than that. And what we are looking at here is, after we found D2C, the problem that D2C brands were facing, and even today, is that if D2C brand have to sell, they have to sell. Now, so many brands have came up, and you were part of Shark Tank India season, right? So it is very evident that it has been easier to start a D2C brand with help of better packaging and Shopify websites helping making the website very smoothly. Everybody is running meta ads, right? If they sell on Amazon, margin will be lesser. More than 25% of margin will be gone. If they sell on website, getting a user or customer on website itself is now very costly, right? It has shot up. The CAC has shot up for most of the brands that we're looking at. So if they sell on website, CAC will be high. If they sell on Amazon, the margin will be gone. So a sweet spot for any brand is lower CAC and high margin. Until unless we solve both of the problem, only then it will make sense for D2C brand. So current existing problems, what players are which are there in the market, total 8 of them, and what we have seen, they're solving for one problem, which is margin. They're giving a website like interface in WhatsApp, but nobody remembers the phone number of Rage Coffee. I and you would not remember the phone number of Happilo, right? If there is a brand affinity for Country Bean, you don't remember the phone number of Country Bean. So we have created certain tools which can help someone discover a WhatsApp shop of Happilo. right? So that is very major part, and we have created a, a kind of marketplace to make this happen for brands, and that has enabled brands, reduce their CAC and obviously saving margin. So we need to solve both of the problem at the same time in order to give a value to the brand.
Understood. So I think just to summarize, what you're saying is that, and from our internal estimates as well at Meta, we feel that there are about 50,000 D2C brands, in the
Yes,
country today, spending about 1 lakh rupees a month on Meta ads, right? And
correct.
feel that this number would go to about 200,000 brands in the next 4 to 5 years. So what
Yeah,
you're saying is that uh, Business on Bot would help brands not only sell and directly on WhatsApp and therefore save on the Amazon margin, but also discover brands can run discovery campaigns and people can new users can discover brands through WhatsApp itself.
exactly, exactly, exactly.
Mohit, can you give us for the community, can you give us like a 2 to 3 minute quick demo of how does the product function? Let's say if I'm a D2C brand, then or
Sure.
you have some examples.
So I'll just share my screen to give you a brief of how the product works. So basically, we work in three steps. So these are the three steps we work in. First, we create these WhatsApp shops, the one which you are seeing over here, right? And the whole journey from showing catalog, to listing out the whole product and product details, information and images, we showcase on WhatsApp. And WhatsApp app acts like a front end. In the back end, they are on Shopify website, they are on WooCommerce website, and Business on Bot is like a plugin which fetches the information of catalog and product and shows it on WhatsApp like this. So this is the first step which we solve end to end till payment integration with Razorpay, Cash Free. We do it and make the whole WhatsApp shop. In fact, this is giving us 10% conversion to sales compared to 3 to 4% conversion to sales on website. And last month, we have driven 1.6 crore of monthly online GMV via WhatsApp. Coming to the discoverability, how
Just one question, Mohit. Here. So how does it happen? So basically, a brand would just connect their Shopify store to Business on Bot plugin, and automatically the shop will be set up. Is it?
exactly? So we are like a plugin on their website.
Got it. And can you just share, like a flow of how like an ad would look like? Like how would a customer, would you have a flow where a customer can see a product and then add it to cart and then complete the payment as well? Like, would you have something ready right now for us to see?
I can do a live, I can do a live screen sharing and show the whole end-to-end product flow.
Uh, okay. Maybe or what we can do is we can keep that for the end of the session once like if we have some time.
Right.
So
Yeah, maybe we can take it up in the end. Yeah, and otherwise also maybe towards the end I can share some links in the chat as well.
Yeah,
I think that's also a fair question. Are there any brands that are live currently, Mohit, that you could tell that people could try themselves?
yeah.
yeah, it is already there in the deck. If the deck has been shared,
Yeah, okay, we'll share
there's
that.
a
Maybe
live
I
demo.
can maybe just mention.
You can click on it, and we are working with 450 brands. So you can check out the WhatsApp store as well, or you can just click on this live demo link, and it will be live on the WhatsApp, and they can check it out.
Maybe after the call, what we'll also do is Avish, we'll share a few WhatsApp number with folks where we can, just try the whole ordering experience.
Yeah,
How smooth it is, how is it better than a website, and
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that.
so you're saying that like people can shop products, add to cart, and then the payment can also happen uh,
WhatsApp.
within WhatsApp itself. The order confirmation, the order tracking, shipping, everything can happen with
Exactly.
WhatsApp.
Yes,
Got
yes.
it. It is completely automated.
Automated, completely automated.
Got it.
And further, if suppose you order a cosmetic cream, it gets over after 30 days. A dry fruit, a packet gets over after 70 days. So we need to send a reordering flow. So those parts are also automated.
Oh, interesting.
SKU level reorderings can happen. And this is about the how WhatsApp shop is made with re-engagement tools. Now, the question comes, how would someone discover a WhatsApp shop, right? And this has been, the major kind of a secret sauce for us for maintaining good retention with the brand. Um, and I'll just show you a few flows how someone discover a WhatsApp shop. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, we can see it.
So basically, most of these brands have say 30% to 40% of repeat users, right? And these repeat users act like a small influencer, and they can click on refer widget on website, or they can tap on refer a friend, and they will get to know about refer and earn via any campaign they PSA for Lotus Herbal does to their repeat users, which is 30 to 40%. And these folks, what they will do, they will get a message that, hey, why don't you forward this message of referral in your circle? And they click on it, and then they will select who are the folks who they want to refer to. Here they selected Yukta, and Yukta will receive a message. Here, what we have seen, once the Yukta receives the message, she can click on this link, psafe.heybob.in, and I will get a reward point and discount, and brand will acquire a new user, which is kind of a sales qualified lead for them. And that's how the brand is also able to acquire new users.
Got it. So basically, you are saying that a brand can run a referral campaign
Yeah,
where an existing so let's say if I have to refer my parents or any like my friends for a particular product, I can just share the brand's link on WhatsApp, and then can, like, if I share it with my dad, if he makes a purchase, so he also gets some benefit, and I also get some reward points, and
exactly.
all of that can be configured like
Yes, it can be configured into using our dashboard itself. Let me show that as well. So this is referrals. Here there is a user acquisition section. You can configure referral and loyalty. And different brands have very different way of putting it across. For example, in case of Bombay Shaving Company, men don't share much about washroom products with their friends. So for them, loyalty point campaigns work a lot. But in case of feminine hygiene products like PSafe, the users are referring to other people via WhatsApp forwards. So there are different configuration. We recommend them also.
Okay, so basically, like, some brands would be heavier on referral, and
Yeah.
some brands would be heavier on loyalty, where you don't want to like share a lot with your existing friends and family. So those configurations are set up within the platform itself.
Yes. Correct. Correct.
Got it. Mohit, how does this, like, what has been some of the numbers in terms of how has this increased the ROAS or ROI for brands? And like, people want to know if there are any examples of any brands that or case studies that you can share. That will be great. And also, like, does a brand need to kind of worry about, my product, a customer discovering an competing brand, like, so if there's PSafe and there's another product is similar to PSafe, like, can would PSafe be worried that somebody else might discover my brand through through using this activity?
Yeah, so basically, what we have seen, virality coefficient for this feature is 3. So, on an average, one user is referring 3 folks in the circle. And in case of PSAF, we have reduced from 800 rupees to 150 rupees. And this, since it is happening within a loyal user whose brand affinity, they generally recommend PSAF, and where they understand and the intent of purchase is very high. It's the conversion to sales will be close to 50%. So which means that a referral through a loyal user means repeat sales conversion is very high, and hence it is not a worry concern for the brand pieces. And this is how it has grown over last 15 months. So we track two things for our brands, which is new users acquired via Bob per month and revenue via Bob per month. And as you can see, in case of PSafe, we have acquired almost 2 lakh users in 14 months. and these are SQLs. So even if they didn't go for sales that month, they could have done cold calling. They could have done agent chat and tried to convert them to their customers, of which 30% will be repeat customers and have a hence longer LTV cash flow for the brand.
Got
Uh,
it. So 2 lakh customers are are actually acquired for PSafe just through referrals and
Loyalty.
people loyalty.
Yes.
Understand.
And
And
these are of different brands. This for
I-
Happy Low.
got it. And you're saying that what's the average reduction in customer acquisition cost that you've seen for brands?
60%. 60%. For example, from PSafe, we reduce 800 rupees to 150 rupees. And in case of Happilo, we reduce from 60% reduction on average we are seeing. And the revenue, we can see they onboarded in December and it went till May. And this is a spike we're seeing is because of IPL. They were the official sponsor of IPL, RCB. So that is
Got it.
there is a spike, but on an average, we are getting good results through both revenue and new users acquired. So many of our tools will be used by a marketer in the D2C brand, and they will see that if I am putting 500 rupees on Facebook or Meta ads, and I'm putting say 100 rupees on WhatsApp, which is more efficient for me. So it's not only about revenue or ROI, but also in terms of cost saving that we are doing for that marketer.
Got it. Got it. So I think basically just to summarize that this is like a no code platform for any marketer where
Yeah,
a brand can set up their shop, number one, do end-to-end commerce, and then also run referral programs and loyalty programs, and then a marketer can see the reduction in CAC overall, and then they can also track the revenues they've been generating through WhatsApp over a period of time.
correct, correct.
So, so Mohit, what like you mentioned, in your demo that there are 8 companies, which are doing this right now, right? So, what's so how is Business on Bob different? And like, is this a very like
Hmm.
very difficult technology to make? Like for example, you talked about 2 things. One is setting up the shop. Second is doing referrals and loyalty, right? Is this a very challenging technology to make, or what are some of the things that you feel you have done, which gives you an edge as compared to anybody else who's also building some similar products?
Definitely. So, Karan, so there are two things over here. So, one is tech tech play, and one is the network effects that we do. In terms of tech that we make, which is referrals and loyalty, um, so we have so basically in terms of tech play, we have 2 points, which is referrals and loyalty, and making vernacular AI in low resource language like Hindi, Tamil, Malayalam, which now we're getting demand from the brand because they want to reach to regional pockets of India, and which is a difficult thing to build. And again, referral loyalty will take time to build for any brands to at a very matured level. This is for from the tech angle. What defensibility in longer term, what we have is product features which uses network effects. So basically, now since we are currently the market leader in this domain, in both in terms of number of brands and in revenue, which is 1 million ARR, and any brand joining us today can partner with any of these 500 brands that we have on our platform. They can come and search directly ki I would want to partner someone in home decor, someone in say health and wellness, vitamin supplements. So they can search certain filters and partner with any of the brand and launch a combo offer together. So this will help. Basically, if you and me are the partner, we can put in thousand rupees and create a wallet system by Business on Bot. Basically, the whole me and you, the partner, will be sending 1,000 rupees into common wallet, and then they will send a combo offer on WhatsApp. For example, Happilo is in dry fruit segment, Auric is in Ayurvedic juice segment, and both of them are targeting same WhatsApp TG, which is health conscious folks in tier one cities. So they can partner up and they are non-compete. And whoever clicks on browse collection, leads are exchanged. In this way, they're acquiring sales qualified lead at 25 rupees, which is much lesser than what is happening in Facebook ads or Google ads. So if somebody has to make this happen, not only they have to create that common wallet system, but also they need to create a network of 500 brands. And we are also taking a strategic investment from Simple, which will make this number of brands of 500 to 1000 brands, which is highest network of brand by any enabler in the space of WhatsApp.
Got it. Got it. So you're saying that there are two existing advantages that you have over anybody else. One is, in terms of the technology where you have shopping as well as referral loyalty. Plus now you are going vernacular, right? So that is there. And on the vernacular front, I can, I think this is interesting because, for example, at Instagram, we have a 500 million MAU, out of
Hmm.
which approximately 85% users consume content in their local language, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
so that is interesting. And the second thing that you're saying is that it's also that you're looking at building network effects where brands
yeah,
which are onboarded can do joint marketing campaigns with other brands for the same TG, which
yeah.
can then help you acquire more brands and reduce costs for customer acquisition for one particular brand.
Correct, correct.
Uh, got it. So, Mohit, here I think we have like a few questions from the community. So,
Yeah.
what is, like for example, there's players like Interact or Haptic, and there's like Line Chat and all, right? So, in terms of what are the key, like, do these people also have these features? What are the differentiators, from these companies? Maybe you can talk to us in the tech part as well as in your GTM part, like, because
Got
what are some of the things that you're doing which are different from the existing players in the market? And uh, maybe you can answer this first, and then question about what if WhatsApp API access is removed for businesses going forward. Like WhatsApp. So maybe we can discuss that later. First, you can talk about the ecosystem of competitors in the market and tell us how you are different in terms of technology as well as your GTM.
Yeah, definitely. When it comes to Interact, they are focusing on SMBs. So they have created a product that is working for SMBs like mom and pop store and kirana, and they're also trying to target D2C brand, which our thesis is that you can never build a product that can work for a mom and pop store and also a brand, because both have very different requirements. So Interact and players like AI Sensi are more focused around SMBs, and their average ticket size is around 2,000 rupees, right? So, but then when it comes to business on board, we are at average ticket size of 10,000 rupees per brand per month as a subscription fee, which is a premium in India. So if you are a brand today and you just started and you have zero orders, then probably you will be going to Interact. But once you have crossed that threshold of 10 orders per day, that is when you would want to do referrals, loyalty, and even influencer tracking. So basically, we have this feature where brands can also track their influencer, give out commission based on how many followers they are redirecting through Instagram stories. So which is basically helping us to understand in this domain where we are the only player who are basically focused on the two problems at the same time, and that's what we started with: saving CAC and saving margin for the brand. Until unless we solve both the problems, we won't be able to add value to the founder's life of a D2C brand. That's what we believe in. And currently, right now, as you can see on the right half, I have marked those players who are basically helping brands acquire new users for the D2C brands. And on upper half, I have marked those players who are helping in creating automated journeys on WhatsApp or Instagram.
Where
So
would be where would be Interact on this? I can't see Interact on this thing. And like a lot of people would have this question that they have been in the market for the longest time, and they might have a large network of brands as well, right? So where would you see Interact on this quadrant?
So Interact has large network of businesses, not particularly brands. So basically, they started off with focusing on businesses, small medium businesses. A small bookstore can also use Interact with 2,000 rupees per month. When we talk about D2C brand, as in the whole focus is on D2C brands, and
Got it.
we consider only these eight players as a competition. Interact and AI Sensi, if you talk about those are kind of platform we can use for bulk messaging sending. That there is a festival in a month, we use that platform 2000 diya, or फिर net dollar retention for such kind of SaaS companies are very less,
Got it.
because it's a use case basis. You use it, pay 2000 rupees, and go back.
So basically, you are saying that Business on Bot Ekto is only focused on D2C brands.
Yeah,
So D2C brands के लिए जो solutions है, which is either shopping and also
reference, loyalty.
referral and loyalty, which is unique for you guys versus any other SMB player, because SMBs would just use WhatsApp for like festivals
Correct,
or mass marketing, right?
correct.
And don't you think that like Interact can build two different solutions? I mean, like just playing, just thinking about it, right? Like they can build a solution for D2C
Yes,
brands, or they can build a solution for SMB separately. Uh,
yes.
or do you think that this will, for them, it will always be a combined solution for both?
It's the thing that, again, if they start building today, they need to create this ecosystem of 500 brands. And already we have acquired so many users for these brands on through our solution.
Hmm.
So and if any of the brand leave the platform, they will lose the connect of these 500 brands. So that's why we are doing an aggressive partnership with Simple, so that this becomes 1,000, and we add defensibility to our kind of marketplace that we are building for brands to reduce the CAC.
Got it. So from what I understand is, along with the technology, there's also a GTM play here on how fast you are able to acquire these D2C brands. Uh,
Correct.
so Mohit, how are you going about this? Like, how are you looking at acquiring more D2C brands right now? One is obviously your network effects and everything, but apart from that, are you doing anything else? Is it like a sales team? Are you looking at content? Like, what are you guys thinking about in terms of acquiring more brands?
Yes. So there are two things. So currently our LTV to CAC ratio is 10 times. And there are two reasons for this. One is our sales or revenue that we are getting, 60% is organic. That is word of mouth. And that is happening because through our Grow D2C community that we have built. Grow D2C is a spin-off from Business on Bot, where we have created a community of D2C founders, and we do podcast and do offline events in Bangalore, Delhi, and Mumbai, where we call upon these D2C founders, where they speak about different domains from M Caffeine, Sanfe, Raymond, Biba, MyGlam. They will be talking about different story and how they solve particular problem. For example, we last year we called upon Bharat Sethi, Rage Coffee, who is also our client, Arjun Vadya, Sukleen, and many of them have also personally invested in us, so that we are trying to influence D2C community as well. And when they speak about these particular problems, we make a snippet and put it in our dashboard also, which creates a trust with the enabler that they are working and with the brand. And these are the few snapshots that we did last year, 17 December 2022, in Bangalore Whitefield Marriott. So this community is of 500 strong founders who we are calling on quarterly basis for our offline events. We invite them, and we talk only about the problems of D2C, and this creates a trust. Apart from this, we have also built a scraper, which is basically reaching out to founders of D2C brands on WhatsApp and LinkedIn in an automated manner. And that's how our LTV to CAC is 10 times, and 60% of revenue is word of mouth.
Got it. Got it. Uh, no, I think super interesting. I think another question here, which a lot of people have asked is, like what if Meta decides to take away the access of WhatsApp Business API, or for enablers like yourself or Haptic, and decides to build the solution themselves. So and this is a big risk, because like you may be focused on more solutions going forward, but today majority of your business is through the WhatsApp Business API, right?
Yes, yes.
How do you think about this?
So there are two things to see over here. First of all, the WhatsApp APIs, right? So the way WhatsApp earns money is majorly through the usage cost. So, for example, in our cost, we see $120 per month per brand that brand is paying us. But when it comes to usage, say $60, uh, $12 comes to us. Rest, $45 goes to Meta, and that $45 is highest in India for ecosystem of D2C brand through Business on Board, as confirmed by Meta, and that's how the WhatsApp major revenues through this usage. So we are more like an ecosystem player with WhatsApp. And even if you look at the matured market of say China, where WeChat, there are WeChat store and there are folks like Yuzen, both of them coexisting, because we are the enablers who is helping increase the usage. And WhatsApp will launch something which is sector agnostic, not something related to a D2C specific. So they would want their usage to increase. And in fact, they have increased their usage prices from 33 paise to 55 paise, 55 paise to now 85 paise. And no brand has joined still, which means so much power of WhatsApp is there. They're able to increase the prices almost more than 100%, and they are doing it to get good factor of revenue is involved here for WhatsApp, and that is also a reason even WhatsApp is supporting us. We are doing our next event of Grow D2C in Meta office, and it is sponsored by WhatsApp. So we see a good synergy with WhatsApp, and that's what happened in a mature market like Yuzen and WeChat. Both of them are coexisting. But even though, for example, in some case it does not happen, we are working with WhatsApp APIs. So we are a Shopify plugin. So this Shopify plugin, if it needs to talk to WhatsApp, Signal, or Telegram, it can switch the APIs as well.
Okay. So I think I'm getting two things out of here. One is that you're saying that if WhatsApp will always be like a horizontal player, which will build solutions for the overall market, not just for D2C brands. It will build solutions for commerce. So
Yeah.
it will still need enablers who are building for particular markets. And second is that you are also integrated with other platforms in case the WhatsApp business as an API is disabled. You can
Exactly.
continue commerce onto the other platforms as well. Got it. And I think I would like to talk more about, like how, like the overall, like what is your thinking in terms of roadmap, in terms of like how would AI play a role for D2C brands, and how do you think of that, going forward? Like what are some of the solutions that you will build for these D2C brands? But maybe before we get into that, Mohit, can you give us an idea of how large can this business be? Right? Like, for example, like User is $50 billion in valuation, and it's a fairly recent company, right?
Yeah.
What is the potential of this business in India? Like how many D2C brands could be there? What could be the annual recurring revenue? Like, what are some of the signals that you've been getting?
So today, as you mentioned, right, there are 50,000 D2C brands on Shopify and WooCommerce, close to that. And this is increasing. From last year, it has increased three times. And we expect it to go to more than around 2 to 3 lakh brands in India in next, say, 3 years. In 4 to 5 years, it will increase even more. And even if today 7% of the brand that Business on Board has contacted of 1,000 brands have unfortunately died. So let's take a pessimistic assumption that 25% of these, say, 3 lakh brand unfortunately will go down fighting. So even in that market, right, if we consider this, say, the unfortunate exit of the brands and just 15% capture of the market, we will be having 75 million ARR just from India, right? 15% capture is again a conservative assumption that I have taken for the market, how much it can grow. But currently we are market leader, and since we are making a network effect and India's largest network of brand of 1,000 by any enabler, it will be definitely we can capture even more. But on a conservative scale, I have put 75 million as a easy doable target. And right now we are at 1 million ARR after 3 years of the inception, but it will take us only 1 year to reach 5 million ARR. and that is happening because of the organic revenue that we are generating.
Got it. Mohit, don't you think the pricing is a little high for small D2C brands? Like you asking them to pay 10,000 rupees a month, plus there is the usage fee of WhatsApp as well. Don't you think that if you were to reduce the pricing and then look at like capturing a larger percentage of the market, would that be not a better approach to make the solution more affordable?
So this, as I mentioned, that if you're a brand just started today, it business on what not be a might not be an ideal software for you. You might start with Interact or AI Sensei, but once you have started getting 10 orders per day, an average ticket size is say 700 rupees. So you will be shelling out close to 7%, 10% of the revenue on the software like Business on Bot, where on average we see 10x ROI. So within second or third month, you start getting 1 lakh, 2 lakh worth of sales once they have integrated with Business on Bot.
So basically, it goes from 70,000 a month to about 2 lakh rupees a month after the integration.
Correct. So ROI, they start seeing the ROI, and later on, after 6 months, it becomes the major part, say 20% of their whole sales cycle. But in starting, the marketer will use Business Bot from ROI angle.
Got it. Got it. I'm, Mohit, I'm conscious of time. We only have 10 minutes left. Maybe like you can just answer this question, on, building this whole AI company for D2C brands in India. Like what is next beyond WhatsApp? And then, we'll quickly open it up to the group as well. A lot of people have raised their hands and, we might have missed out on a few questions.
Sure. So one thing is right now we are focused in WhatsApp, but going forward, we are already live today with Instagram, and we'll making a omni-channel CRM tool where folks can send email and SMS alert as well. Coming to the AI part, as we know, WhatsApp, you know, showing information on WhatsApp, it's quite restrictive when it comes or compared to website, right? In website, you can show a lot of information. In WhatsApp, it's restrictive. And that is the reason if it is so much restrictive, product search becomes very important. That what is there in the catalog. Many brands have told us, ki, hey, we have 2,000 catalog. For example, W for Women, they have said 2,000, more than 2,000 catalog. And how would they list on WhatsApp? So product search becomes very important. That if I'm writing, मुझे घी दे दो, so घी का product है क्या? So it should search the catalog and give out relevant catalog results. So I think product search is where AI would be very critical, and for users to discover a catalog and product and hence buy from the brand on WhatsApp.
So basically, help not just helping with discovery and retention, but also helping with search
Yes.
within WhatsApp and overall, for brands as well.
Correct.
Got it. And also, I'm sorry, I just have one last question. So, like you mentioned that you are looking at a 75 million ARR, right? So, like when you compare, one of the true metrics for growth of any SaaS company is the net dollar retention, right?
Yeah.
Like you look at the likes of Zoho or Freshworks, amongst the iconic SaaS companies in India, they would be 95, 98%, 100% plus in net dollar retention, right? So, and that's one of the initial metrics that anybody would look at to see, like how are
Yes.
brands retaining the product after the year. So, have you measured those metrics, and like how do you compare in terms of like iconic and large SaaS companies?
Yeah, definitely. So, as hope my screen is visible now, this Excel sheet is visible.
Yeah.
So this has been the net dollar retention for past 9 months and how it has looked. And we have not started upselling right now. So
Can
this
you also
means,
explain it to the folks?
yeah. So basically, what it means that our net dollar retention right now is 99.7% average, and logo retention is 95. So which means that in say 9 months ago, we did 100 rupees of sales from 10 brands. Those set of sales and those set of brands which we did 9 months ago is now 98 rupees and say uh, 95% of 10% will be almost 9 brands. So it will be 9 brands giving 98 rupees.
Uh, no, no. So basically, you said that if let's say you had acquired 100 brands 9 months ago, or is this is revenue? You're saying that if,
This is revenue. This is revenue. That say 10 brands giving 100 rupees.
okay,
So
so now
today,
9 brands are giving 98 rupees
yeah,
after. Okay, so
nine.
basically the revenue per brand has grown, and
Correct.
uh, and the drop off of brands has just been like around 1%.
Correct. Correct.
Okay. And how does that compare? Like, is this a good metric? Is this a bad metric? Like, is this average? Like, if you were to look at other, like when Zoho started, right? Like, what would be there, this metric that after 10 months of using a product, like how many brands retained that and what was the average revenue per usage?
Yeah, definitely. So basically, what had happened? So right now, this 99.7% of net dollar retention that we have is without upselling. We have not even started upselling right now, and as you can see, we right now we will be putting out internal sales team also. Right now, we have been supporting that. We were most focused on support and acquiring brands. So more brands you acquire, you will have to focus on support. But now upselling will start, and for brands like say Zoho or Freshworks, during IPO it's 110, right? Once they have done the IPO, that is like 5 6 years down the line. And today we are close to 100%. But still, I try to find the data of what was 2 years behind IPO. For Shopify, it is 99%, and 2 years before for HubSpot before the IPO is 82%. And for Business on Board today, in 1 year down the product journey, is 99.7%.
Got it. Got it. Mohit, can you share about the round as well? How much are you raising? And also, like people want to just know more about the team background as well. Can you share quickly?
Sure. So we are three folks from IIT Chennai. I worked as product manager in Kotak Bank, as I mentioned before starting the venture, where I acquired 1 million users in 6 months. Aditya worked in a SaaS startup helping D2C brand scale on Amazon. So if somebody is a brand is on Amazon, how they can sell better, that's the startup Aditya worked on. And Krishan was with me in Kotak, working on vernacular initiatives. So we are the three folks, and coming to the fundraise, uh, we are raising 500K at 10 million cap, and this is basically seed extension of what we did, and more than 75% of this round is subscribed by our existing investors and few strategic investors. We have Jasminder Singh Gulati also putting in coming in this round as well, and we'll be closing this round soon. Um, and right now it is at 10 million cap, but 1 year down the line we are looking at growing to 5 million ARR, and that's when even if we get in worst case 7x multiple or 10x multiple, that will give out 4x return to our existing investors in previous round and this round as well, and that will make sense for them. And we would be making sure that we're growing say 12% month over month 6 months prior to the series A raise.
Okay. So you're saying that if you go from a 1 million to a 5 million ARR in the next 1 year, which you're planning, then the valuation would be close to about 50 million when you will raise your Series A.
Correct.
Okay. And is there a floor as well, and is there a discount as well on this cap, or is this just a flat number?
It's a flat 10 million cap, and since it has been led by our existing investor /capital and Smart Invest and few critical angels, we are onboarding. So it's a flat post money cap.
Got it. Got it.